I've been living in this Japanese house I bought in the countryside for over a year, and I can't believe how messy my cupboards have gotten. I even showed this Japanese homeless guy, and he was pretty shocked. So today is the day to fix it up. Now, it has been such cold weather. Even here in Wakayama we had snow, which is quite unique for our area. So I've been hibernating in the house, not wanting to go out, and I even started crocheting a scarf just to keep myself occupied. But the time has come. I need to go outside the house and look at some storage solutions to sort out my life. If you're new to the channel, my name is Cheney and I'm a middle-aged Australian who bought a property here in Wakayama, and I work during the week as an English teacher. The main areas in the house that I want to tackle today are my kitchen, under the kitchen sink area, and how I store my pet food. So I have a cat, Millie, who is an 18-month-old ragdoll. So I'm looking at different options on how to store cat food and be a bit more organized. And that messy under the sink area, I just need to find something that's going to suit that size of that space and just keep things a little bit more organized. It's currently moving season in Japan, so many stores are advertising and having specials for a lot of household items. The year for businesses and schools starts in April, so leading up to April, many stores have items on sale. So I went to Nitori, Seria, Daiso, and even Kona, my local hardware store, trying to find items that are going to fit under my kitchen sink. Now, my kitchen sink is a little bit unique in that it doesn't have the pipe going right down the middle. So let's get started, but before I get started, as I said to you before, it's really cold, and I've stopped using the AC now because it's just too cold. I need something with a bit more power, so I've brought out my kerosene heater from the garage. And if you remember from a previous video, I had put this away because my mum was here and she has asthma, and the kerosene does smell a little bit when you start the heater up, and I didn't want it to affect her asthma. Now, I keep bucket loads of kerosene in my garage. I usually keep on site about 25 litres, and the main reason for this is my hot water system outside also runs on kerosene, and just in case there was something happened to the power, at least if I have kerosene, I'm able to keep the house warm and have a hot shower. I bought this electric pump, and it's been actually so handy to pump kerosene out of the little containers. I just get the kerosene from my local Conan store. It's around about 99 yen per litre. It's pretty cost effective and a really cheap heating source. I also put a kettle on top of my kerosene heater, so I fill the kettle up with water. And what that does is, as the heat from the heater moves up, it starts to boil the kettle. And by boiling the kettle, I'm putting humidity back into the air, and I'm keeping the room from drying out, I guess, and not getting my skin too dry. And then I usually use that hot water to fill up a hot water bottle and put that in the bed, or put it under Millie's little cave that she sits in. So I might start with Millie's cupboard. So this is the current situation with all her different things. So I have a cupboard that's designated just to Millie's food, and I also have her filters for her water fountain in here, her dry food, her wet food, all her treats. I even have a bag of cat grass seeds that I use to grow her cat grass. Nothing's been growing at the moment, but I usually grow some cat grass. Now, what I found at Nitori was this container, and it's got these little dividers in it. So I'm going to put all of her cat food and divide it up by the different type of cat food. Now, this particular cat food, I don't want to take it out of its packaging because the cat food itself is in a silver container and it doesn't have the batch number or the type of food it is or the use by date. So I like to keep the product's batch number and use by date on there just to be sure in case there's any kind of recall or anything like that. Next up is the dry food, and I watched a video from a vet saying that it's best not to decant your dry food into another container because the containers that the dry food come in are specially designed to keep the food fresh. So the cat food that I buy comes in a big bag, but it's got lots of little bags within it, and they're all sealed in these foil seal containers. So I'm just putting it all in this big bucket that I can pull out, and now I can access all of the dry food really easily with the scoop, and I can also access the wet food really easy and her treats. So I think this has been a lot more organized than what I had before, and the bits that I can't really fit in here I'm just putting on the top shelf. Also bought Millie this little placemat to put her food bowl in because I mentioned in another video she drags her food all across the house. And while I was at Seria, I just happened to find some new stickers. These things go on the back behind your stove, and when they get a little bit grungy you just pull them off and put them up against your tiles, and they're heat resistant so they don't melt. I also have these really cute little hangers. They're all cats, of course. So I'm going for this one. You just wet the area, give it a bit of a clean and a wipe down. And it doesn't have to be perfectly dry. A little bit of moisture actually helps it to stick. And then you just have to get all of the bubbles out. And there I have refreshed the back of my stove, and it just keeps those tiles clean. And then I hang up all my utensils that I use for cooking. Another cool item that I have been using, I didn't buy it this time but I forgot to show you last time, is this stainless steel hook with these pegs. Today I have a very special visitor at my house. It's Robin from Nomad Push. He is a Japanese YouTuber who is traveling around Japan, and he's actually homeless. So Robin came over to have a look at my van and we spent the day together. I'll link his video later on once it gets published. I just want to know what you think of my under the sink cupboard. You ready?
Okay. You gotta clean this.
I gotta clean this.
Yes.
This isn't good enough, is it?
Yes, you have to. Right now. My moped-san.
Moped-san! And where are you going?
Next is next prefecture is Osaka Prefecture.
Osaka
Yes.
Prefecture, yes. And what do you want to see next in Wakayama, do you think?
Maybe Koya-san. But there's one thing I'm doing is I need to get sticker for each prefecture.
Oh yeah,
And I
okay.
haven't got Wakayama sticker yet, so I have to go look for that.
Okay,
I already
excellent.
have like 18 prefectures.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I need to get Wakayama prefecture. Wakayama Castle, right? Name is Wakayama-jo.
Wakayama-jo.
So maybe that's the easy one I can look for.
Yes.
Wakayama-jo sticker.
Yeah, I think so. They have a little gift shop there, so
Okay,
I reckon
that's
they
good.
should sell it. Wow,
Yes, so much.
that's so good. Yamaguchi-ken.
Yeah, it looks good now that there's like 18 stickers
Yeah.
now. Yeah, before it was just like 1, 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
47, so 29 more.
29 to go.
Yes. Good idea of minivan now.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I should check the other size too, the middle
I
size.
think so,
big
yeah.
size, and then
Check it all.
on
Yeah.
the side. Yeah.
Yeah.
But right now, I feel like my heart is a little bit toward minivan. Right
Minivan,
now.
yeah. Yeah, check them all out.
Right.
That's
And
great.
thank you for Koksan.
Yay, welcome! I know what you like. Alrighty.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Arigato. I spent a great morning with Robin showing him my van, and he's starting to make plans to move from a moped into a van to do van life as he travels around Japan, and just give him somewhere to call home, as he's been sleeping a lot in tents and also visiting internet cafes. A really great guy and a really fabulous channel if you want to check it out. So now that Robin's left, I'm hitting the shops because I just still haven't been able to find something for under my kitchen sink. And this time I'm at the hardware store. Surprisingly, my local hardware store, which is a Conan store, never disappoints me. I always seem to be able to find what I am looking for. Now, I did actually forget to take the measurements of my cupboard, but the lady said, look, if it doesn't fit, just keep it in the box as best you can and bring it back. So I'm quickly now with my tape measure measuring up because the cupboard is a little bit of an odd size. But thankfully these measurements are checking out. I've got my kerosene heater on, I've got my kettle with water on top, and I'm now going to sit on the floor and pull everything out of this cupboard. A lot of these cleaning products I bought when I first moved into this house, it was an Akea or vacant property and it hadn't been lived in for a while, so it was pretty dirty. This is just charcoal and you put this in the back of your under the sink and it stops having that dusty, musky, moldy smell that you can sometimes get in water areas, and it has really worked. This under the sink area came with this pull-out drawer which is built in, and it's somewhere where you can hang things and add your chopping boards. But look what came out of this cupboard. I cannot believe I had piled so much stuff into this cupboard. So this is a baking soda infused sponge, and I also use these sponges on the fridge, but they work really well. Just a little bit of water and the rest is just done by the magic of the baking soda sponge. And look how clean it is coming up. So that's the first step, is always cleaning out the cupboards. And now I'm going to try and build this contraption. What I really like about this is it's going to make it easy to get to the back of the cupboard and be able to get all of the items easily without too much trouble. And I think that's why my cupboard ended up such a mess, is because I just started throwing things in from the front and everything else just got pushed back to the back. As you can see, my cupboard's a little bit unique in that all the pipes run right at the back of the cupboard. You don't have something stuck down in the middle, so the design is actually going to work really well. It's going to be really handy having all the sponges and wipes on the top shelf, so when I'm standing at the sink they're in easy access, and all of the larger bottles of cleaning product down the bottom. And I'm putting in my new charcoal container just to stop any smells, although it isn't smelling that bad at all. So here is the final product. I'm really happy with this contraption. It's an excellent storage idea and it just works out so well for the space that I have. Being able to access all the product from behind, just keeping it really organized, exactly what I wanted. Apart from doing crochet in my spare time, I have also been working on putting the final touches on my next course, which is Japanese particles and Japanese verbs, and putting them into sentences. So that will be launched in the next couple of weeks. Thank you so much to everyone who's already doing the course. Thanks to everyone also for watching the video all the way to the end. Millie and I love reading your comments. We sit down with a coffee every morning. Millie sat on my lap and we go through all of the comments one by one. It's a really nice time of the day and I really feel the love that comes from such a supportive community. Looking forward to seeing you again next week and talk to you then. Bye.